White Bull's Barbecue. The best damn barbecue ever.
Welcome back, barbecue fam. Today we are going to be doing the original tri-tip cheesesteak, and I mean the entirety of the recipe. We're talking onions, we're talking the whiz that I make with the Cooper Sharp cheese, and I'm going to show you even how to trim this tri-tip before we throw it on there. As you guys already know, I smoke it like a brisket, and if you don't know, you're about to learn how to smoke this like a brisket, because that's the integral part of this recipe. We're gonna break this down like a brisket, let it render out, and it's gonna make for easy dicing so it can go on a beautiful roll and we can hit it with onions and cheese whiz. I know you're already hungry, so let's get this trimmed and let's get it on the Traeger. We're gonna be rocking at 250 the whole way. Sometimes quicker is better, especially with a smaller cut. So let's do the damn thing. Let's get this thing trimmed up. Let's get it out there. I'll see you out there. All right, so the first thing that you can see is that this particular tri-tip was marinated. I buy them pre-marinated. I think it helps with really the tenderness of this. It helps that I can cook it probably faster because it's been marinated. If you want to know the marinade, it's basically oil, water, and rosemary. And then whatever seasoning you prefer. But that's basically what this was sitting in. Now, if you look at this is this ugly membrane. People make the mistake of cooking this on many different cuts of meat. It's not gonna render. It will break your teeth, and it's only gonna get harder and chewier the more that you cook it. So to get it off now is a very crucial thing. So what you do, so you avoid cutting off too much meat, is you slide your knife under like that. Sharper the knife, the better. Shout out to Dow Strong. My code is always in the description below. Get yourself a Dow Strong, thank me later. We're just gonna trim this thing down. They don't come pre-trimmed, they just come marinated. I actually get them at Sam's Club. I usually get them without marinated, but marinated already just makes life easier. So if you have a Sam's Club near you, just try to look for their Steakhouse tri-tip. That's what this is. And always wipe the marinade off before you cook it so you can put your own flavor profile on it. You just want that marinade to do its work. Again, get up under that and you'll see it reveals beautiful marbling. This is only a choice, but look at that. That makes me hungry. Couple more trim pieces here and there. Again, once you know what that membrane looks like, it's not hard to spot. Just make sure that you remove it from the rest of this tri-tip. Looking good, flip it over. Got some membrane on this side as well. This is actually the fat cap. The membrane only runs halfway down it, and then it kind of dissipates and turns all into fat. So we're gonna just take the membrane down and leave a little bit of the fat down at the bottom end there. This is gonna be beautiful. Typically, this is a very hard to find cut, especially in Philadelphia. That's kind of what intrigued this recipe for me, to take a cut that's not really from here and make it into something that we know and love here. To kind of bond my people to barbecue. This is not a very huge barbecue community, but if you could find tri-tip, this recipe is about to blow you away. Most people cook tri-tip like a steak. That's absolutely fine. That's a traditional way, but we're not about traditional. We're about breaking the mold, and the sandwich is gonna blow you away. So we got this trimmed up. That looks pretty good. It's okay to leave a little bit of a fat cap. Marbling looks great. Now we're gonna season it with our own seasoning, the rub for beef, and we are gonna get it on the Traeger. It's rolling at 250 out there. Nice, clean, even smoke on the Traeger. You already know the vibes. So what we're gonna do, we got this rolling at 250. We're gonna spritz it every half hour. We're gonna wrap it at 165 with foil. I don't suggest butcher paper. You want all the juice that you can retain on this recipe. It's a big, big key component. And then around 203, 204, we're gonna probe it. When you get that butter probe, that's when you pull it. Rest it for an hour. If it was a brisket, I'd go 2 hours, but it's a much smaller cut. You're talking about a 2-pound tri-tip. And then after the rest, we slice it like a brisket against the grain, and then we dice it up, throw it in a cheesesteak. But throughout that process, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to do my Fuego Cheese Whiz with Cooper Sharp, step by step. Hit that like and subscribe. I'll see you in about a half hour to an hour. We're gonna spritz this thing. All right, guys, so we're about an hour and a half in. We've already spritzed it once. Here goes the second spritz. Just H2O water, that is all you need. Shout out to Harry So. Guys, with an outfit change, I had to go hit the gym. That's the real benefit of a Traeger. I went to the gym while this was running, and I controlled the temperature from my app. Made sure that it was at 250 the whole time. Anyways, guys, this is gonna be amazing. We just spritzed it, hour and a half mark. I'm figuring another 45 minutes, we're gonna come back and spritz it again, and that'll be our first probe. You don't wanna probe this too much. It's a small cut of meat. You want those juices to stay in there as long as humanly possible, and then probe it. So if it doesn't look like it's near 165, don't go probing away, because it's just gonna get decimated. So the tri-tip is looking great already. We are actually about to probe it right now. This is the 3-hour mark. Perfect. It's sitting at 163. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it. I'm gonna throw it in foil, wrap it, throw it back on. Give it another half hour or so, maybe an hour. We might even put the probe in it right now that goes into the Traeger, so we could just monitor it without having to keep poking it. That's probably our best bet. So I'm gonna get this wrapped, I'm gonna probe it dead center, and then I'll see you guys in another half hour. Let's do the damn thing. All right, guys, the tri-tip has reached 201. It's got that buttery feel, and it's 201 dead center. So we're gonna go ahead and double wrap this in foil, put it down for an hour rest, and then I'm gonna show you how to make my whiz, and I'm also gonna show you how to saute onions properly. So let's do the damn thing. And we're gonna cut this up and make these cheesesteaks. Let's do it. So the way we're gonna cut an onion, I cut them in half like that. Lay it down. You're gonna get as close to this as you can without cutting through, because you want it to hold them all together. All right, the reason for that, now you turn it. Boom. Perfect onions. Every single time. Once you get your yellow onions rolling, as soon as you throw them in the pan, hit them with some Bear Gang. Link is always below, guys. Nothing crazy, but a nice light dusting. The smoked paprika is really the difference maker in Bear Gang. That is what we're applying to these onions. Gonna really set it off. Okay, so we have our butter ready. We melted down a tablespoon. Now we're gonna add about a tablespoon of flour. Time to make this roux. Time to add our milk, and then add our cheese. Start incorporating. Let's go. A secret weapon is a handful of mozzarella cheese. It's gonna help this be a little stringier. It's also gonna help incorporate this last half pound of cheese. So let's throw that in there, incorporate it, and then we'll throw in the rest of our Cooper Sharp. This is what you should be looking at. Now that is how we do it in Philly. That's Philly barbecue. This is what your result should look like. Nice and diced up, but still has nice texture to it. Now let's get this going and get that cheese on it and devour it. Always onions first. Scrape those out. Get a good serving of the onions. It can literally never hurt. Look at that. Wow guys, so I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to realize that is a phenomenal recipe. Hit that like and subscribe. I hope you love this original recipe. It's close to the heart, it's close to the roots. Philly stand up, Central Texas barbecue stand up, because you inspired your boy. Now take a look at this. Comment below what you want to see next time, and I'll see you guys next time. The best damn barbecue ever. Cheers.
White Bulls Barbecue.